Recording button. Double tap to activate.
Hello, my yarn lovers, my fiber artists, my crafty and creative people. Look what we got. Yeah, we got some more Premier yarns. I'm telling you, for a woman who is trying out the yarn shop, yikes. Blew that one. Yeah, because you know what? Premier yarns has just been putting on some amazing sales, right? Too good to pass up. So, you know, if I said it, I want to try those Premier yarns, then I better get them when they're on sale. It was like they had a sale. So I got a small order. And then no, they put on an even bigger and better sale. Yeah, so what's in the box? What's in the box? Let's start with some anti-pilling bamboo chunky. Okay, this is, I think it's about 131 yards. Machine wash, lay flat to dry, 80% anti-pilling acrylic, and then about 20% rayon from bamboo. This is a chunky, a number 5. You know, I would say probably about a 6mm knitting needle and crochet hook, somewhere in there. And I believe that this is, oh gosh, I want to say this is a purple color, but I'm not positive. I don't totally remember what I bought, but I definitely like the idea of anti-pilling acrylic and bamboo together. You know I love my bamboo, and acrylics are growing on me. I can't lie. They've improved so much. So I'm thinking, I don't yet know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'm going to make it like a wearable or, you know, like a shawl, or not. I still have it in the plastic. I admit it. I haven't touched it yet, so I don't know exactly how it feels. I think once I feel it, once I touch it, I'll get a better idea of, you know, whether it's like a next to your skin shawl kind of thing. It is a chunky, so you know what? If I really like the feel of it, part of me would want to make a blanket out of it, but then there's the whole lay flat to dry thing. So I don't know. I mean, I don't use my dryer here, so everything is hung up to dry. So, you know, who knows? Maybe for myself, a blanket. I probably wouldn't give a blanket, like donate a blanket to somebody else or to a charity with a blanket that can't go in the dryer, you know. Because when you give a blanket to like a charity, you don't know who it's going to go to. Sometimes it's children and babies, and you know, you want things that can easy care, right? Or for like, you know, hospitals and patients and stuff like that. You want easy care things. So probably I would donate a blanket. Okay, you guys, I did it. There's the little holes in the packages, right? The little holes for the acrylic. You know, acrylics have to have holes in the package. Like acrylic has to like breathe. Did you know that? Acrylic yarns have to like breathe. Yeah, so that's why they're holes. If you ever wondered if there was holes in your yarn packages, that's for the acrylics especially. So, okay, there's a big, one of the holes is pretty big. Look at the yarn's coming out. Okay, we can actually, this yarn wants out, y'all. It wants to be worked, but look at that. When your yarn comes out of the package, it's like, knit me, crochet me, put me on the crochet hook, right? So look at that. Look at that. That's a nice yarn. That's a nice yarn. I think it's, you know, it might be a little bit, is it 5? It might be a little bit of a thin 5, but not too bad. I like the texture. Already I can tell you just from this little bit that I can touch. I really, really like the texture of that, okay? So I would make a blanket out of that for myself. I would probably make a sweater out of this, the top. This could easily be like and not just a cardi. Like you can make a cardi out of it, but just the feeling that I get from this. I could make myself like a next to your skin type top for, you know, fall or something like that. That's nice. That is, I'm really, really liking the feel of that little peak, a yarn that I got out of there. Okay, let's move on. So we got some more of the bamboo fair, because you know I like my bamboos, right? So I believe this is I believe this is 60% rayon from bamboo, 40% cotton. It's a number 3 DK weight yarn. I believe it's another machine wash and then lay flat to dry. A lot of your bamboos are that way. Now I got two colors this time. I got some cardinal and some midnight. I'm gonna be real with you. I can't tell the cardinal from the midnight, okay? I am colorblind. By the way, if you are new to my channel, hi! My name's May. I love yarn, I love knitting and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And yes, I also happen to be visually impaired. I was born this way and I am completely colorblind. So, color is a real challenge for me. So, you know, cardinal and midnight, they look exactly the same to somebody who's colorblind. So, I don't know what we got going on here. But now I'm not going to try to find a hole in this package and touch the yarn. I'm not. But, given how much I love the feel of that last bamboo, I'm going to say there's a lot of promise for this one. Premier Yarns does seem to have that down. It's probably a nice yarn. I think Bamboo Fair, it's a nice lightweight, kind of a spring yarn. So, or even summer garments, you know, summer garments, summer wearables. So I'm definitely thinking like tank tops, you know, halter tops, tees, skirts. I'm thinking clothing with this yarn. I'm thinking it's something that most bamboos, I've really enjoyed the texture, right, of things that I can wear next to my body. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. And then, you know, they had this raffia. I know you saw the white in my last order. This is about 131 yards, I think. This is this cellulose rayon stuff. It's like a paper. It is not machine washable. It's a number 5 bulky weight yarn. I'm thinking size 6 millimeter, size 6 millimeter knitting needle, 6 millimeter crochet hook. This is the color brown. You know, you think the white would be good enough since I've never used it before, and it might fall apart. I'm going to be real with you. It might fall apart. I don't know. But you know, your girl likes accessories, right? I love purses and handbags, and this stuff just seemed perfect purse and handbag type yarn. Or purses, handbags, and hats. That's what I was thinking, like handbags and purses and hats, right? I'm really thinking a lot about that. So I got the white. I thought that would make a really fun summery hat. But I wear a lot of browns in the fall. I wear a lot of browns, those kind of autumny colors, a autumnal scheme of color. And so I thought, you know what? It wouldn't hurt me to have some brown. Plus, they had a cute, cute hat pattern on the website, and I think theirs was in brown, and I think as soon as I saw that in brown, I was like, ooh, I need that in brown now, right? so, you know, that's the thing, right? I have to tell myself sometimes, I'm like, don't look at the patterns. Don't look at the patterns, because you know what happens when you look at the patterns. You want to buy the yarn, right? So sometimes that's a really bad thing for me. I'm like, if I don't look at the patterns, I can imagine all kinds of things that I can make with it. But, you know, sometimes when you look at the pictures, I'll zoom them in really, really big and hold them up to my eye. And I'm like, ooh, I want to make that. And then I got to get the yarn. It's bad. It's really bad. So, okay. What else do we have in here? We got some cotton sprouts. This is a DK weight. It is the speckles this time. You saw I got some cotton sprouts in the DK and the worsted. And then I was like, oh, I don't have any in the speckles. Oh no, right? So it's 100% cotton, machine wash, tumble dry. You know, it is cotton. So I don't know. You decide whether you want to put it in the dryer or not. I've had some cotton shrink, some don't. So I got the color waves. As somebody who's colorblind, I struggle to pick. I love these multicolored. Premier has some beautiful multicolored yarns, but I struggle to pick them out. But waves, I felt pretty good about. I assume that this is a white with like a blue. That's my thought on it. And so I'm thinking I can wear whites and blues, so I could probably wear this in a top or, you know, or a skirt or something like that. So. And being a DK weight yarn, I am thinking probably the 4 millimeter knitting needle, so like a size 6 in there, and probably about a G hook. Probably that'd be my guess about with that. Probably about a G hook on that. So I don't remember the yardage on these. I did do some research on the internet, looked these up. I'm trying to think. I think these are, oh gosh, I want to say they're about 190 to 200. I don't think they're 200. I think they're probably about 190, something like that per skein. Um, yeah. So I am thinking that's going to make some nice wearables. I did get just one more package of the hipster cotton. This is in the Desert Skies, which that looks pretty to me. I'm not sure if I could wear it, but I did think again, you know, nice bags or something. I don't know. I just really am excited to discover new yarns. I play with new yarns. The Desert Sky, I think it's pink. I think it's pink and blue and maybe some grays in there. I don't know for sure. You know, but this is another 100% cotton. Everybody on the internet loves the hipster cotton. So, yeah, they say it's so soft. Machine wash, tumble dry. About 229 yards, I think, per skein. And on the knitting and crochet, I'm guessing it's a DK weight. It's a number 3. So I'm thinking probably a size 5 knitting needle, and probably about, again, I think most of the DKs you're going to want to go with that G hook is the recommended, right? The G, which is depending on your set, that's usually either a 4mm, a 4.25, or even a 4.5 in that range. I think on my boy hook set that I have here, usually it's about a 4.25. So, you know, even if it's set of 4mm, I'd probably just use my 4.25. But of course, if you want to make like a shawl or something, you're going to get more drape, right? If you go up to that 5mm, you're going to get something nice and loose and drapey. So this will be fun to play with. Not sure it's colors I can wear, but I'll still make an accessory with it. You know that. Another yarn that I had not picked up before. This was on sale. I mean, it was. And I am trying to try more Premier yarns. Trying to get them when they're on sale. So when they put yarns on sale that I haven't used and that I think I'm going to like because I hear good things about it from other people, I do get it. This is the Premier Color Fusion DK. It is 100% acrylic. I think these are some big chunky schemes. They feel really big. They feel like they're definitely bigger than the hipster cotton, and those are about 220. I think that these are about 320 maybe, somewhere in there for the size. They feel pretty big. This is the, because it's 100% acrylic, pretty sure this is a machine wash. I don't remember if it can go in the dryer or not. This is the color Berries and Cream. I did ask the AI about this one. I did use the Google Gemini AI. And I believe they said it was pinks and purples and sort of maybe grays or beige in there. So I hope it's a color I can wear. I hope it's not too of an orangey pink, because I can't wear orangey pinks. I don't know, but this seemed really, really pretty. There was a lot of beautiful colors in both the hipster cotton and the color fusion. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And the whole colorblind thing is so hard for me to shop colors. But, you know, I would have wanted to try a lot of the colors, but I just stuck with the one. You know, as tempting as it was to get like 3 or 4 different colors, I told myself just get one and try it and see if you like it. So another DK, I'm guessing probably about a size 5mm knitting needle, and probably again that G hook range. So I love to knit. I'm going to be honest with you. I love to knit with DK weight yarns. But I am new to crochet, and I crochet by feel, and I prefer to crochet with the worsted and the bulky. That's just a fact. And so I'm not going to lie, that kind of challenges me. Excuse me. Because, you know, I tend to get a lot of DKs, and then I'm like, but I can't crochet with it, or it's harder for me to crochet with, right? So, especially like I do some yarn reviews on my channel, which I love to do. But, you know, I like to crochet with each yarn and knit with each yarn before I do a review. And so some of them have really challenged me to actually crochet with them because they're so fine and they're so small. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like for me to crochet with some of these DKs. We'll see what happens. But I definitely know that I will enjoy. I really enjoy knitting, you know, with the DK weight. So, and the last one, I did get another bulky. You can tell I got DKs and bulkies. Like to knit with the DKs, like to crochet with the bulkies. So this is the Premier Puzzle. This is a chunky 100% acrylic. These are some really, really big skeins. These are like 328 yards or something like that per skein. These are machine wash and dry. Everybody has good things to say about Premier Puzzle. I want to say this is the color burgundy, but I'm not totally positive. With the bulky, I'd probably say about the 6mm to even the 6.5mm range of needle and hook. And again, you know, it depends on what you're looking for. These are such big skeins. You know, you could probably, well, you could knit. Well, I got 3 here at 328 yards. I could probably, I mean, burgundy's not like baby blanket color, but I could knit a small blanket. I couldn't knit a large blanket, but, you know, with the 3-pack, you could knit a baby blanket. Probably wouldn't do that in the burgundy. But, you know, with crochet is a yarn eater. It just takes up more yarn. So, probably because I got a 3-pack in a bulky weight, I was thinking crochet. So I was probably thinking accessories. That would be my guess. As that I was probably thinking like hats and scarves or something. You know, just to try it out. Because all of these yarns, let's see. The Puzzle, the Color Fusion, the Hipster. You know what? I think all of these yarns are brand new to me. Yes, I think I have 7 yarns here and I haven't used any of them before. All of these yarns are brand new to me, okay? So I do think this is it. This is my 3-pack. This is all that I ordered because I didn't know, you know, if I was going to like it or not. So I'll probably, you know, crochet up a hat with it or something, and just to see, do I like the feel of it or not. Let's see. There is a strand of it through the plastic right there on the tag. You can see that. That feels like it's a good size. It's a nice 5, right? It's a nice 5 chunky, just looking at that and feeling it through the plastic. I think that's a reasonable, a nice number 5. So yeah, I'd say probably even like a 6.5 millimeter. It is an acrylic, so there probably are some holes in here. There's probably some nice sized holes in the plastic, I would guess, somewhere. We could try to feel it again. I don't know. I really don't want to open it. But if it's a nice acrylic, then, you know, I would probably buy more of it and consider blankets, right? Oh, there's a little hole in there. Like I said, acrylics gotta breathe. They do. So there is a hole in there. We can feel it a little bit. It's nice. It's pretty nice acrylic. So I might do blankets with it. Acrylic blankets are great for donation. They're great for kids stuff. Yeah, that's a nice acrylic. It is. Premier's got acrylics down. So that's a good thing. I'm encouraged by that. So yeah, this is the kind of yarn probably that you could do children's garments with, you know, like sweaters or cardies, like maybe not babies because it's a chunky, but like a child's cardie or sweater would be good. Blankets would be good. I would probably even make garments for myself out of this. I've been hesitant in the past to make a lot of garments for myself out of things that are 100% acrylic. You know, I usually go with the cottons or the wool. That tends to be what I do, or a cotton acrylic blend. But the more that I feel some of these acrylics, the more comfortable I'm starting to think, yeah, I could actually make myself a wearable out of that. And would I wear my scarves and stuff? I don't know. I'm pretty picky about my scarves. I like when it's something around my neck. I like it pretty soft. So we'll see what I do, like shawls and stuff. Maybe. I've seen some nice shawls out of bulky. But again, I'll have to wait till I work with it and really make a good decision about till I feel it right and what it feels like when it's worked up. All of these yarns, I have sort of thoughts and ideas on what I want to make with them. But I really have to wait and see what they feel like. And since all of these are brand new yarns to me, yay! I'm going to have to just wait and get them on the hooks, get them on the needles, and see what do they feel like to work with, what do they feel like when they worked up, and that will give me a much better idea of exactly what kind of projects you can make with all of these yarns. All right, my friends, well, let me know, have you been shopping at the Premier Yarn Sales? Have you? I mean, they've been tempting us with deals that are too good for me to pass up, okay? I'm just telling you, it's cutting into my food budget a lot. I say it, you can't eat yarn, but you know what? I can eat beans and rice, right? I have some rice-a-roni today. I'm not gonna lie, I am not ashamed to say it. I'm back to eating the rice-a-roni, okay? On a budget, so sometimes you gotta choose, you know, you gotta cut down on the food. I did make enchiladas. I didn't just eat a whole box of rice-a-roni. I made some chicken enchiladas to go with it, right? So, but yeah, you know, I'm making some choices right now. I'm prioritizing my budget, and I'm choosing to, you know, eat a little more on the budget side, right? And buying some yarn instead. So let me know if you are hitting up the Premier Yarn Sales or not. Let me know about the deals that you're finding. Let me know. There are, I think I said there's 7 yarns here that I've never tried. So let me know if you've used any of them. Have you used the puzzle? Have you used the hipster cotton? Have you used the color fusion? Have you used the cotton sprouts? Any of these yarns, do you play with them? Do you like them? Do you like to knit with them, crochet with them? Do you not like them? I'm open to hearing that too. I think it's important. I'm by no means some expert, you know, on yarn and fiber and knitting and crochet. I'm not. So I love to hear from other people as well. Okay, my friends, well, I'm going to pause the video. I know sighted people do need light to see things like color. So I'm going to pause the video, turn on the light, and let you look at some of these beautiful colors. All right, I'll be right back.
Pause.
Okay, here you go in the light. Here's the berries and cream. What do you think? Is it pink? Is it purple? Is it mauve? I don't know. Always a mystery to me. Looks really pretty though. Looks beautiful. We got the desert skies and the hipster cotton. Yeah, Premier does have making these multicolored yarns down. I'm just going to tell you. This is the waves. I'm feeling pretty safe saying that's blue and white. We got the burgundy, right? We got the brown and the raffia. We got this anti-pilling bamboo chunky, which I think is purple. And then these are my bamboo fair. I think they're, like I said, they're midnight and cardinal. I just don't know which is which. Alrighty, there you go. Look at all that beautiful color and all that beautiful yarn. And my friends, thank you always for listening. Until next time, happy stitching.
Pause button.